Thank you very much once again for joining us on Legal Matters. Today, we're bringing you Legal Matters, the undiluted legal advice from the United Kingdom. As we all know, our Queen has passed on to glory, and we can only hope and pray that, he goes to the right-hand side of the Father. Sometimes politics and politics sometimes get in the way. And it's very, very important that at times like this, we become humane and think about the loss of a human being. We have to put politics aside, and also we have to put empire building and colonialism also to aside. A lot of people have raised concerns and also issues. Some are legitimate, some are something that personally I disagree with, but it is what it is. All that we can hope for is that, or all that we can do is, at times like this, try and remember sometimes, the positives that has been done throughout history. Yes, when you go back to history, especially empire building is brutal. That one, no doubt about that. And it's something that no one will be proud of, what has happened in the past. Because those people lived in times that wickedness and sometimes brutality was the norm of the day. We live in the 20th century, 21st century. Things have moved on, life have moved on, and we also have to look at the achievement sometimes that people do achieve throughout their reign. Yes, no one is perfect, not everything has been perfect. But the reality is that we have lost we have lost a leader, if you like, and also we have lost someone that basically was the leader of the Commonwealth. So for that reason, I think it was befitting that last week the show was suspended until today because of the shock of it and everything that was going on. So for that reason, we are back again, and we are going to do the best that we can and bring you the best that we can. I hope that you are all doing well, and by His grace, we are also alive and kicking. Once you join the show, also try the best that you can and share the program for us, so that we can also get far, so that we can also educate a lot of people. Today, I'm not going to do any specific topic. So if you look at the topic, I said Legal Matters Unscripted. So during the course of the week, some of the issues that have come to us, we are going to be addressing them. It's very, very important that we look at them and basically address them, so that if there is something that someone had to do, then the person can then step up and take action before it is too late. What I would say is that when the case of Akinsanya went before the Court of Appeal, I came on the radio and I made it very, very clear that there is a trap that a lot of people might fall in. So people have to be very, very careful, especially those people who want everything for free. I did mention this on this radio station, and as a result, people who came to me, I told them it's not a good idea to do such an application. Now the ramifications, are now coming. At least I've had about 3 phone calls. People who have called me during the course of the week, whose application for Zambrano and indefinite have been refused because they were not happy with their 2.5 years, and therefore, in their view, going through the Zambrano route was the cheapest and it's free. They don't have to pay the home office fees. They've done those applications, and Justice and Law Solicitors, we advise people against it. Those people who follow our program and those people who listen very carefully to us and take our advice, everything that is happening to people, it will not happen to them. But those who did not listen to us, who did not take our advice, unfortunately, this is the reality and this is their demise. So today I'm going to be talking about this again. And if you have a friend, a family member who did not yield to the advice that we give on this radio station or on air, and they still went ahead and did it, and the application is still pending, then they're going to have to be very, very careful and take an immediate action to vary the visa, to vary the leave whilst it's still pending before it is too late. Don't say that Leandako never said this, because I said it here and I will keep continuing to say what I said. People who listened, people who opened their ears, and people who wants to know the truth, they will listen and they will do the right thing by themselves. But people who don't want to know, people who are just only interested in what they want to hear, unfortunately, the prices people have actually started paying the price. So today I'm going to be talking about this big time. Also, we will be looking at British political history and immigration history. I was speaking to someone this week, and it came up in a conversation where most people are not aware of policies and the type of government or parties and the policies that they come up with. So today I will do the best that I can and possibly start from the 1980s. Maybe I may have to go back to the 1950s, 1960s again, and possibly 1948, the Beveridge Report and the birth of the welfare state. Because a lot of people do not understand the politics of this country. And sometimes, you hear people saying certain things and you are very surprised that, are you sure? What are you talking about? Do you know what you are saying? Because sometimes people only judge based on what they see, but they don't look at what actually brought about the change. And therefore today, maybe UK political and immigration history, I need to basically summarize it so that people will also have an idea, as to what has happened in the past and how the country is going. Now we have a new Home Secretary, Sula Braverman. What is expected, in terms of immigration and nationality? With this new Home Secretary, her perception, her perspective about immigration. So we are also going to be talking about this so that people will be aware of what is coming, what to expect, and the party that the person also represents. Because it's very, very important that we understand the ideological differences between the parties as well, in terms of politics and in terms of immigration. So when you hear or when you see a policy that comes out, then you will not be too surprised, because once you understand the fundamentals, then of course it will give you a better understanding for you to know exactly what to expect from each political party and the Home Secretary. I'm just going to play this song dedicated to our dear Queen, and for wonderful works, and also for breaking boundaries. Sometimes when you talk about these things, people are surprised, and some of the good things people don't talk about. Yes, empire building, like I said, is brutal. It's not something that anyone can look at it and say that it was all good stuff, because there were brutality, abuse of human rights, and so on and so forth. But for me, it's also important that we also look at the flip side and look at some of the good stuff that people in power has also done, to contribute to our history. Empire building is not a fun thing, it's just a nasty thing. I mean, we can go back to our own history and look at the Ashanti Empire as an example. The Ashanti Empire during the 1800s to the 1900s, you could see the Ashanti Empire was so powerful. The Ashantis conquered a lot of modern day southern Ghana. Whether we like it or not, that is history. And you can go and check it yourself. And through empire building, of course, there will be wars, there will be atrocities, and there will be killings. The question that I ask myself today is this: are you going to hold on to the history and hate someone forever? Or perhaps you are going to learn from the history so that we can build a better future? That one I will leave it to you. The same thing applies to the British Empire. When British Empire was spreading across the globe, yes, atrocities were committed. Brutality and nastiness did occur. The question that I ask myself is, are we going to hold on to that and hate someone forever? Or are we going to learn from experience and also to make sure that it does not happen in the future? I will leave that to you for you to make up your own analysis and your own mind. I can only present the facts as I know it. And for me, I think reconciliation is very, very important, because you cannot call yourself a Christian. You cannot call yourself someone who is holier than thou, and yet you want to condemn someone to his grave. I don't think it's right. But once again, feelings are different. People feel differently, and people see things differently. I cannot judge anyone for how they feel. But all that I say is there have to be some sort of understanding so that we can move forward in harmony. We can move forward peacefully. And we can learn from history, the barbarism that took place, and to learn from it and apply it so that in the future we stay away from such barbaric acts and such conflict. So for me, it's very important that we understand our history, that we know our history, so that we can build a better future. So today, Monday, we have a big funeral in the United Kingdom. People watching me across the globe. It's a big funeral, whether we like it or not. And regardless, especially those of us living in the UK, we live in this country, we have to respect the law, and we have to respect authorities as well. So for that reason today, we will be also be looking at British, political history, and also perhaps, immigration history, so that people will get a better understanding. When policies are made, who made the policies and where the policy is coming from, people get a better understanding and make right decisions for themselves and also for their family. And even when it comes to their politics, they will understand better. So let's use the next 5 minutes to share the program, and let's play this music, this tune from Kojo Entry in memory of our noble queen. Share the program for us. Join us. Yes, thank you very much once again. Let me say this side of the SME cheap and yet now I know sometimes and it's very difficult for some of us to to get grasp of what is happening. And a dear and seminar yeah barbecue. And then me say a unscripted because you did befrafra a bit of politics, a bit of British history, and also a bit of Zambrano, any Akinsanya, because me hu se e boboba yetina efidie so etu yenuanomofo topic no kran because the gap in the case of Akinsanya, watch out for it, because mo hwe yi na kodi akiri na ebia wo se open tema wan hwe yi a oba kodi akiri ekromwa emra no anase se the kromwa, the system, the process and how things work, wan hwe yi na wo se open tema edubetwe wakowachi sana etie adia we in the right or Ghana no be kromwa be no left, you will see say most of the stuff is opposite. Typical example, ni se odi trafficking e wa wo se o trafficking dey e waste me time enti ma me en cut corners na me nkofa afichire afa ubefa afichire no beduru ono mo no ubon se eye t square se t road afa no uvrema enye yi na e wo se wo sa san wachi esa babak na traffic na wo pese wo avoid no eno na besa bedi ebeduru ono mo no na e de wo ko wachi enti ekromo de ana mo ye very very careful. I say this now. Let's go straight to the to this particular issue. Ebobobano. Yenim say tamana ye wo European Union ni mo no. Pacho o join na wa share amaye. Tamana ye wo European Union ni mo no. Case bi equal court. Ana eye European court. Na equal ye no. Ye free case bi Zambrano. Na Zambrano no na eye case bi a ye de beto ho say what a host country na se oba ekita ekromo no mo enkrata ni bia ene ososo ubetimi aye application na odi aye de odi age enkrata na efe ni Zambrano. Na Zambrano yi Home Office interpretation of Zambrano no echere say Home Office ebema wo enkrata on the basis of Zambrano a was a ukoye application and the human rights. As a uwoba under Article 8, you have private and family life in the UK. Entiyama wo enkrata on that basis. Na sa application no eno na ebi atu ni din se eye bars 250. Na bars 250 so no eye ade a ubetua application fee. Say no application fee ni eta 1048, and then you also have to pay immigration health surcharge fees, which is £1,560. Enti no enipa ni bi eye o madwene say sika yi de emodu enti me use madwene. Home Office say before say ma Zambrano application no just when di kan koye human rights application na ya mfa ma wa ense na akoye Zambrano application. But any person so adwene mu ya ne say hold on, adenti na me nkotua over £2,000 na me mfa nkoje visa e wa abraso obetimi akoye Zambrano application na me nya ni free. Home Office also te wo say adenti na me mfa money free se me smith mi ato ade na i.e. ubetua visa fee, ubetua immigration health surcharge fee. And so raise ska ema oman no. Enti adenti na memfa ema free. Enti you could see said there is a conflict already. Because you applicant no upese open free and two person for Zambrano so edeje. And a Home Office so say there be informal free. So professor need there then ese u make human rights application. Na utriaka na you raise the funds. Na yeso ye de boa oman no enu nti no na akoye bibibia ewo ho no enti uhwema before Akinsanya omo etimi eso CD on the basis of Zambrano nyina no na ewo se omo prove say omo ye human rights application ama ye review su ense na omo kwa akoye Zambrano. And that was the case, that was the law. And every European Union yimu and a mammy be a fan Akinsanya. Or see there be so share the way a Home Office for SC actual emrana. Home Office for say a more indefinite and your untimi and your application under the Zambrano. Sana Home Office for a cano emranimu under the EU settlement scheme regime no. Or say you're more indefinite and you won't even go apply for Zambrano. But the question is that it does not make sense. Why your money indefinite? I was wasting the time say or apply for Zambrano. And the Home Office for no time I chin or my guinea bar so no. I don't know say a drafting mistake. And the first no case no call first court no. Akinsanya every new case no. Akinsanya every new case no. Home Office for say a day appeal. Home Office for appeal, you know, and a Home Office also every new case, you know, not just say I 1-1 a board draw. And a board draw, no, and I just say Uncle for hope. A course, I say, hey, and yes, a Zambrano about the ya, I can say about the ya, and the attack. Ye penny free, ya, and ye young application. And ye a come off a customer for omotiku so eye dede our woman so brabeye Zambra brabeye Akinsanya Zambrano eye free obaya British adbeji indefinite amount for 2 foot rogun crofo ede so lawyer Darkon justice and law solicitors we were one of the only few firms ye bold e be kan if this say monye careful me to ni din Zambrano trap programs aye nyina okọ back na akoboti you will see say Jay advice the banner any predictions are no and your unchallengeable and it's undiluted. Ne cry a womb, you better throw pain, pain, crying. You didn't crab a year. Me, never make intimidate, mother. Me told one mother, many time I made a game. And you know, oh yeah, dear Biana, now driving pie. Because media, me common sense, each time me say, why would the Home Office give something for free? If they can make you pay for it. And that has been their policy. And the encrophobe brain to go so. Am I ye de befidie mu aye can plain. As a Zambrano trap. Empo ye can say oh kwa sa application na empo. Make sure say 2.5 years the amount you are protecting it. Make sure say umani mu wow sir why is Zambrano application, you know. Because this is what I said, and I'm repeating it, and I'm going to repeat it again. Because say sa application, you know, a trap. It's yema yanina wana yensheyi. Yema yanina wana yensheyi. Because I don't see why a home office will give it free. But I come up for be brown, my true for you so and 10 times you so casa be brebe, brana minya mau, hey, I am mobi, on your brother indefinite, yeah, chika. Meanwhile, so no, now home office are making announcement to say, what the application in bar, they will not even consider it until the Court of Appeal has made its decision. Ye can be a me client video, me kaya bre, chinchina no so be. Obana me show disclaimer. I say I have advised you against it, and then you are then taking the risk. If you go wrong, don't blame me. As soon as me de disclaimer and shine is more ready enough for the office application around 1 year, lawyer meeting was him. Because Ohun say I am dead serious. Because sometimes you know enipa sumi ene dead. Ayana enipa epe bibieti. Dia be ne den wo peti na mum enya de eye ne kware. Enu nti no enkofo bebre tugu mu enyan. Ekoje application for indefinite on the basis of Zambrano. Case you call Court of Appeal made its decision. Now, Court of Appeal, in short, all that they said was that the Home Office have to go back and rethink about the policy. Because, said you must see a chrono. And yes, said, almost say a drafting error there. They should go and make their decision as to whether, say, Obiani by British. What shall I for 5 years? And that's what in natural criminal 5 years. Your money indefinite, and I say your money indefinite. They should go and think about it. And, if possible, change their policy. Now, court this I can say. So, Home Office and making policy, no, now say a favorable to applicants. They should give them a window to apply. If the cancer some way now with the as a minimum, dear Sanka, a bear ya, and ka yen chain, and my Home Office for them, and for our policy, Nemra. Ne hu baby a wugina and send a application away. Yenyanumbi anye be there. Some of my clients even went somewhere. Now Nebu Baba, after they are calling me back. Lawyer what kind of menti? Justice and law solicitors here you can. They are Rebecca the baby. They Rebecca the yo. Because I wouldn't cry Juma. You fear no accusation or no allegation. Anuntino, ya catch the baby, I know more. Because I assume ye de I care. Yes see. And will be a yebi and aba and I say. Say I client BT and no of friends and a down for busy wa yebi aba. Me catch and say. Frewa down for no, o say visa no on fanchero. When he gani fidi gadochi. And when you want no who say yes. Sana etie. Or friend a down for ne say. Ubetimi atwa visa na man o se echina 2 weeks no utimi atwa visa na man ehona ohun say na danfo ne say nya ne krubi no ka kire no enti ekromo de especially immigration amanfo kasa obi obe kasa bebrebe enso sebe immigration law kan already one chapter that and so be kire say oje immigration ye friend say hippopotamus oje immigration elephant. Or your immigration mu King Kong, or your immigration mu antelope, or your immigration mu jata, by your jata, and one justice and law solicitors. Judabu jata, ye demra and a ye juma, but a papi to away, ye demran a world, and your son to come so you castle. Because we don't come to bow, we come to fight and conquer. It is a kind of one tier, Ubenu at some point. Because ye didn't cry na ye juma. And no cry no aye baako. Se ka se awia start to west. Na se abese to east ya. Baby abeko wiase bia. The same principle. Sanity. Enunti no amafo bebre akọ jagum se say no home office asha say refuse nkrofo asha say eba sa na we eye afutuo anamde magenuanom because ebitu obi ma ne bai me ba bebu nipa no afa nipa ne sa be rude a kire me ti me sake nipa no oh yes because sebe lo ya dako me nkrante anu awu kurai no na enye kontombra beti bi atwitwa enti se wukọ na so for your mistake na ba ne se ye moa ni e beboa na be so be che me se sebe uni madwuma se me dia ene na oba lo ya dako be ye de meja wo kwan na akọ because baby a wukọ se wo ne ma no fa ko ne repair ma na mom wukọ se na de ba na ye kire wa ye din ne tie ne yi wasum nefa ahobrase ne tie the voice of reason, the voice of wisdom na aboa nemom oba na o sabe ye tu na akire me se me na me ba be kire de be boa because of mess ya na me be kire de be boa na o sabe kire se mistake na why na me san ko ye dia ene na ba yo e hwane ye ja akwan because ye me disika chi ema obi emfa yanim emeyefo sebe sika de ye nkrata ohima kura ni krom a wo deska so a wo mfeska nya hwe no ene one na age ne chop boss no 6 feet under na emum ewiase ebeye se obeje din yentie nie pa ebeye se obede obeje din dan se obeje din because uje din to wa eye legacy obeje wudin a edia etambo kama it will fade away na emum uje wudin a tina mpendifo se samampa ana yetu ni din enti eye very important SSA yenuanoma modis application ni bikotu mu your friend in Sambrano application with the hope with the aim say o de kwakoji indefinite now what bypass 250 now with this one with the hope say we de kwakoji benefit unya we indefinite no kwakope wo die mami eja be very careful media the advice media man say o de atum na say 2.5 years visa no it is still intact there yes because you have a backup and very important na emom say omo make decision na 2.5 years no protect it time this one koye extension and very important because the law no normally no our application dem means another application but because of the confusion nature of the Zambrano and the Akinsanya no Home Office made provisions. I say over 2.5 years, you can still make the application for the Zambrano application if and only if they change their policy. Now say you favor the then they will grant you indefinite leave to remain. This is what the Home Office said. But yeah, by catcher must say, a trap, munye careful. Now emom sa udi kotumu empo dia, then make sure say at least you have your 2.5 years intact. Men train Emma 2.5 years ni emu. And say why yes application be net them. Now 2.5 years now afe na eba bewua. Eja ena me nua me sister me ma me brother. Jiwasum netie niye. Me kasa lo yadako kase lo yadako kase ne me twitwa twantro. Jiwasum netie ade ni e very important. The year can say application there are difficulties. Say Home Office can't change. Omo can plain. I said, omo policy no remains the same. Say onye human rights am again refuse with that. Na say open Zambrano visa dia. Anyway, why we block? Enya dia be they will refuse you. Just walk on your human rights. I'm not going to 250 or so. Now what I'm saying to you is say Ufisa Obampo and you're British for 5 years. One no, you are the primary and sole carer. Now over 2.5 years. Now say all the Zambrano application to because open term at the akwakoji indefinite. Now say 2.5 years na enguya and you're fine. But make sure say at all times memani say eba bewu ma wonai ema woto na ekwa de ekoye extension. The rules at this stage allows that to happen. Nemum na wahwe se ubenya indefinite no under the Zambrano na se wanya at least 2.5 years no is still intact. Argentina make us same way ebia wo single parent. Ebia wo a basic wo child benefit, wo universal credit, wo every credit, everything that you can take, you take. Monthly person not only about 3,000 pounds, 2,500 pounds as a single parent. Fair enough, that is the system. Isika wajidi enye massive. Now, mom, this is what you need to be aware of. This is why you have to be very careful. Se okay, Emma 2.5 years na ebo passport ni mo no. Ekowu. Na se home office o Zambrano application e dem no. Omo ko refuse application na. Ani enyi aso ni entie nie, wo de to asaro ahye program na maye. Na se ebewu a. Na se omo refuse application na. Straight away at that point, problem starts. Identity a problem starts. Problem started in the sense say, once they refuse your Zambrano application, if at the time so a bebano, 2.5 years so ewua, by definition, indirectly, you are on your way of becoming an overstayer or illegal. Yenti niepa. Unless say you appeal against the decision and you fight it through the court. But what you need to realize, ne say home office policy, which is the law. Ne say one year human rights application me refuse you. Obey Zambrano yem famo. That is the law. It is about refuse you mpona woko appeal. The chances say you be refuse you and as appeal is successful no high. In that case, at some point, you may have to submit another application again to the Home Office. So between the time of the refusal and the time of submitting another application, as opposed to appealing, you become an overstayer. And therefore, in that respect, once you become an overstayer, one, your benefit, you are not entitled to benefit because you don't have a valid visa. Yentie niepa. Eti benefit for one you become. Housing benefit for one you become. O landlord mpo ehun say wa ba ye overstay na we visa, you are illegal. Obetimi apamo because in order to rent a place even in the United Kingdom now, you have to have what? You have to have a valid visa. Enti no one hweye na afi edufrupe kwate osi jaye ni bre no. Na afi na akwakofa asem abrel na kwafa asem we brel na balo ya da ko na ye try ese be de beboa wo na se office oba be tu no akire ya sani man de ye nsoso ye be ja kwan ententem ama wakokora because yansumo ese koye saade no you went and you did it according to your own will. Once you the right advice from us, you went and do your own thing. Na ekon wrong na ba na se ye mo na sebe opese odi eni be gata so dia masa eno de radako men twema one day kra ententem wa be ja kwan na ye di ehia because asumdwe de obi ape se menyeska na meni ahoto de dabi ena ka medi hia na ka menya de menya ahoto te besre mo ye nuanom a mo application dem a na monim se mukita 2.5 years and the human rights ye dia mamo na emom wo pe shortcut enti akwa yes Zambrano with the hope say akamrano ebeko your way na nka wo de nya win definite yes ade for the one empe obi apade for na emom wan hwe yie na akwa ye ensempi so ayede ama enti mesro wonim onua bi anokita 2.5 years awasa akwa Zambrano awate wo etwen a ene ententem bodamane na ka chere se de bobo ba no this week in kwa nipa miensa ane friend na ebi me former clients ye be gina ho ebi friend ye tu omofo omantie why enipa entie de ye ka chere omo something that I will never understand because media I always say this me de ne kure ebeye adwuma se meka ne kure na chere mpo na se o ma me officer I will prefer that than say me to emfutro egu ani na wo beko na afi akwakwo wo se so na afi no wo beka se bihu yanka so de yese eno na ema owam etuko na ebim so se bihu yanka ene owam etikopo ba empenifo so amiate ase se enye sa na ebu be no na emo bihu yanka eno na ema owam etu eko because owam wo wei oni etikopo sa na etie enti besra mo se unimo bi akwakoye sa application ni bia tunifo na ka kire ne se emboa no omuniketem na oma ne ho nye ha na onye de onkoye the right application said ya enkofa ohaw bia enye de emre no because ohaw ne ba afi ne the frustration wo akwakobo boare kra na afi no una ase opese ode blame de ema anase odnani bre e ba besio so ba la da consider ade a mechira ne obi a oye arrogant anase oye rude eno de obde ba me so de a ene intentem na we go back to ghetto life so tina sana etie ebodi de benipa nembum we person disrespect wa about there I will have a problem intentem I have to do what I need to do sana etie because school ko enye easy enti wo ko mess up na ba na osi yamwo na se sebi arrogant ne attitude woman eno de ebedi ehia na omompese ye boa wo mo yetimi ayede abo mo na ayefe because we are seeing obi an ehia mo a ogu a ohia mo akra na he doesn't deserve your help te ba ne sa na twa ho na de sebi omo value what you are doing no you give them that respect and you help them in full ti de metimi aka ne say zambrano a emprofado manikoto so no say no aye abo bi nan enti ebesra mo mom application dem 250 is still intact no mom mani nkoso so the bia kotumpo na say omunya emma baka I will say just to you I will say to you say but homodin and I said try na eye de ebewu a continue and do another application for extension of your 2.5 years visa on the basis he said you have made an application for Zambrano which is still pending but due to the fact that you haven't made a decision you don't want to become an overstayer or an illegal immigrant. On that basis, you are also making further application for extension of your 2.5 years in order not to prejudice your situation. Or if you say in the long term, just in case you are found, you have protection. You are protected by Section 3C leave. Section 3C leave, not a legal fiction. It just said, why your application, a two application, your existing visa is deemed to be extended. Not just say, I may be akuye kama amount. Na enkofa or how be a emerald. Because union be or much as a tete pa. Na CMC can you know. You say NTA and na ema or one etuko. Ye can be brenti. Obi oha na sunye ni day. De opeti obi bekano. And when a beni da obiti. Tiabes repi. You unuebi. Na se akodi akoye Zambrano nibia. Shina dwene braso manintie program yi na ono so ontu anamon say o lawyer ehunu so a o the justice and law solicitors e be chi watena se be chirichiri mu yi say ese ye variation of the application and so e betini aya ama na de asundwe abrel aya na eya ese obi hu unua bi na ebia asema be kan wanti enti no de ne ho akoto ohaw mu eno na ofre ya dark 12 p.m. na se ya dark entimi amfa no we galai afi na to ni akasa yema mi ampofo a wokan o se lawyer wadwuma we so bia metna office na wo hu de ekoso a onte wase da ene me ba office afi na mehu se enye easy my application wo ye nko take me 3 hours me tie na so se mprofo fra na efre anomuma o secretary pressure I say I want to speak to lawyer I want to speak to lawyer yes my busy na so biti manima sebe o se ni panana e wo se me ye de se ni panana e wo se bitimi attended to because we be tracked from Birmingham Coventry no say na daje no so abegina wani mu say ties ka ma now they are putting up phone so no be abeka to say I just want to ask you a question now be so say ni pan so a now the oti wani mu no wo di buo ma na so de ni die ma no me de bi am kasa asem we a bird in hand is worth more than a million in the bush sabi do oti wani a wa say na daje a no di buo ma so say be ties ka ma e ma wo de twa wo rent no me feel say onu mom ehun hia me sen obi obetina ni fie na obabefa phone eba bebusa questions, because at the end of the day, you know, we all have bills to pay, unfortunately, and we also have people to attend to. See, so be our saying that jabo when you know, say nipa no deserve maximum respect. Or a month for free Coventry, a month for free Harlow, justice and law. Your client say free Harlow dear be. Na ene make us same way. Obia o free Harlow, about justice and law solicitors. Ya nedwuma anye yie no ene mpesa wo frɛ na agu bani maso afidie so obi a ofri halo a obai so na ne bibia akɔ yi ama no ene mpesa wo frɛ afidie so na obɔ maba so, because matis obi ti halo ho e dwa nanum e ye kuwa e ye tu no na oni akɔ no hwɛ yi ne tambe so, because me gentleman sa wo etihwenie pa. But under section 84 of the Immigration Act of 1999, if you give immigration advice and you are not regulated, you are committing criminal offense. Bible says you need to beba and the name is so no ondue me de menye obone na so betena ho edinsim hunu a what one ya becho no ye do akwa akotu, because what that no fake immigration advisor and a wuye dede e wo halo entabo no mo sinti dia na beba na ya da ko mfiri so na beba me de me ka kire o me fancy o me ka kire plain enti hwe hu yi na kasa no kasa do jai enye fe so bi o halo na so se ba ya da ko me se ma ye ne case am ye refuse da ene onfre no ngu meni wase se wa yeso na ye a onka na enhyemu bibinti ka me bodi ngu ani wase basa jade wo ye no na menye gentleman sa me free ashtown anye de kra anye kra de endam no kakrashi enti hwe hu yi enti de betimi aka ne se Zambrano application, you know, are very important. As all by idea. So when you be the application, I got on your careful. That's all that I can say. So be to know you two no you two no. Yen careful. So be say or your immigration advisor, are very simple. So a solicitor, are very simple. Also a barrister, are simple. Men go to seek and go. Now uvia, I will cast a minim. And then me must advise we free. It will save you money. Just apply this. So we go as your immigration advisor. A Cromwa immigration advice is regulated. The FBB Office of the Immigration Services Commission, OISC. Ko omo website. Fani penny di efasha omo fidie nimu. Neka se search. Se eyam paso your immigration advisor ni din beba up, no doubt. Ni credentials beba up, no doubt. Se nipa ni se oye solicitor yentie nie pa, cause law society website solicitors regulation nobody penidi ehye machine ni mu na ka search oye solicitor ni din beba app say yes say nipa we is regulated. Se me di David Darkon me sim ye adwuma on justice and law solicitors. Just go to Google, just put in lawyer David Darkon. I don't have to say too much, the name will pop up straight away. Maybe I'm here adwuma me law society reference number me na beba up until a very important. I say you be sure sanyama we yama enkofo bi e buye dodo edge yesika we so dey study home office in rain now or not te one ma no say dwada num ka ho law school na da no pass ko bi you know it's as simple as that. Until be sure mo man krofo emfa ye kwan bi so ensisi mo gigimu sika ni enye kuwa enye tuno emfa ntena ba bi enye dede ehani pa adwene. Sasin and so your barrister. Go to bar council, just Google it. Who Google it? Or because say, are you looking for a barrister? Or say yes. Put the person's name in the search. Say nipani a barrister mpa ebi yaba. Aye simple. And this will be to know you to know your sewa junior minion bebe sremo pi. Ene internet yaba eni biaba. Sabe me kurasini bi anaso kwase bi enju sika ni. Ne sika pewe ni pe ede pa memo bi nyusu na dwene eni nkurasesem emfansisiu na ukoka osmetwa kotiama ukoka metwa immigration amount because of tumi kakra wenyanti. Yenye very careful. Sika ni peding, sika ninya eding. Timi enye some mistakes no. Se o pe advisor ko bebia ye regulating no. Said ye bibi mposia, you have somewhere to go. Na se obi she bombi na se oje de denado nema komano do sika komano o do documents komano data protection. Say the panel e dey dey kire say in fact information ade akwa komano impo on fantimi nkodi boni bi mfa nhyew. Yenuanom yema yenida ho emre pin krofo ye these mistakes. Oh, na yem ye bule bi mo. Oko kasoso a no sa be runrun. You're very careful. Memenka say chinchin abra justice and law solicitors. But you have to do what is best for you. You have to do what is best for you. And sometimes some people, you have to protect them from their own selves. Because when people become desperate, they become vulnerable. And certain people are also taking advantage of them. Into your best trouble. So person be your case. A man, not a home master. Pe obi a regulating no. Obi a was solicitor. That's obi a immigration advisor regulated by the Office of the Immigration Services Commission. And as a barrister, said ya onya ko beti ya adwuma pa ma. Na mom ukodi dis our pocket lawyers we achi. Ah omo de hu and the control mu a. Wan hwe yi. Oba ko ene ma basa ma honyan. Eto de a osikohu lawyer da ko. Oboso na se save ni neka. Na osate ho na osaka nyambrasem. Enti de betimi aka shaw ni say at the end of the day no, the decision, you the applicant, is yours and yours only. You can decide where you take your case, and whatever happens, you will bear the brunt or the consequences of it. Tebesemu pi yema yeni enye de ena hono. Na ye tu anamo bia so a ye hu se ne bestie tu anamo nafa. And you say why you desperate inti now you are just making any decision. Despite desperation or but aya yemfa enema so enkwa adwindwini na yenye what is right for us rather than say yebeko baabia na nkofa kwa koye bukata the bukata ni sibia na afi ne aba bepedo ye chiri kwan ekromu whether you make it or not most of the time is determined by the first action that you take. And you're very important. Because to anamono na your first mistake I say cross a bomb mama so e bedi wachi sa how any atete yenyanum bi after over 20 years up to now they are still suffering. Obit me back office who tie story about 25 years onya visa sample for one day da up to now or they're so running from the law. Justice and law solicitors Nyankopon and Roma. Nyankopon maya dwene ani nimdie ama yetimi afaso boaboa yenwanum pi. Na etrese so anti yeso so de yenya cheswada. Yebekoso a fight for the voiceless. Yebekoso a fight for the vulnerable. Ebe fight ama yenwanum bi pepreso so enya omasundwie. Anuntina, for me, it wakes me up every Saturday to come here. The support to some for the Maya unflinching, unbelievable. Yankopon show Bibiara Sosoa or support to the Yaya no, a swing bododo, a Yaya Niso. Mama boat reading. The son of the every Saturday roll call. A boy 11, I know I shall see a friend Crawford. Like a dark about Munkoti. Oh, boy, that was CP. Oh, boy, Juma, and the boy, Justice and Law Solicitors. What meant to be more DB so? And yes, we don't recognize you. We do. This week, Chinese lady Bibi Hume was say Philip, they didn't number the man, and I mean Kai Philip because Philip with their first name, and they're very difficult to remember who this person is. And personally, I'm very good with surnames. I try to keep that in my mind than the first name. Chinese lady by Michelle, come. I say everything that you are doing is just as Philip said. I feel awkward. I say, do you mind if I ask you your age? And I'm saying, I say, Philip, see, you are very experienced, but I'm sure already bear 25 years. And I'm saying, I know I don't know. Until the more referring for by so And if you can same way, every referral, we will make sure say it's justified. We will do the best that we can for people and for humanity. And we will keep fighting for you and fight for your corners. And you think I can say that much. It is a brand of way. Mama de kotu mu no. Mu hwe ye. Na mu vesa no 2.5 no. Anko. Se dema ene ba be wu na no. Jiro ho nyakoye extension. Said ye ya you could refuse mpo. Na say your extension edema section 3C leave no if extant leave. Extending automatically. Enti we bia we adwuma yentimi mpamo o benefit yentimi nkotwam na enkofa o how any kodanda enye den emrel enu nti na ene mesime bo me hoden me bo me homoden na metimi idea akofa this area so na chese mo amowo at the brink no mo so metimi etu anomo pa na enkofa o how emrel ene wabusia. Now let's look at British political history. Na afi no yente enema bi ase yibia na bi omatrofo natum ene e wose pon on time when tia ye wo ayiem sebe yesi yesu kra yi jai him na bema soso de on ham ense na wasi nsu enti ene na ese dia kokuduro even though ye wo ayiem na still no e wose etimi ye show no sebe ya ye nuanom bi soso omo adwene enkoye omo se you know as show no ye too much dodo enti ye boy homodin bia na jese kakre betimi no yaye ede ayede amamo. British political history is very, very interesting. Se utie ni ya ebi kra your life in the UK test and some member beki ken ebi be kwa ma na ososo no odi atu ukotodwem na kwa your life in the UK test na eba wa kai me lawyer dakon akase papa yi ebe kan na fidie so obe kan no edi bi atu ukotodwem ene na eya bei atadwe na oso wetimi ede ayede ewose woye na ede asundwe ayede abro. Enti sane ebe ye no enti ye started British political history no. A interesting area. I will start from 1946 or perhaps 1945. Ho eba no. Na afi ya ma be bullet point ma summarize bi. Na ejayenya you know the general idea about this very important because we know because this week na o kan sembi na asem na o kan no sebe enyo no kwa na kasa asem no na amama hu se yenyanum bi sometimes no say unima you will just do the wrong thing. I think the salam de man hear me because unim bibia you just do what you think is right and you know not just say hu be here say yebekeka sanye me so abumune na yati ekuma politics ni history and immigration no as iye kakra. Second World War, you know, at least some of us know when it started and when it ended. Now I am not for say a world war. A business actually say a world war, a European war. And you know a word that and you see it interchangeably. Because Ushima not a world war. In fact, Ushima not a European war. The entire amount for account world war they say. If we are seeing in answer so the omo beje sa war nimu a ye entokwa esi wo Europe continent nimu 1945 1939 1945 ana started here ana eba de we the occupy ne say Adolf Hitler and a German leader decided say obe build the empire. It will not be said within European continent in India. Germany was not big enough. Obebium na afi Poland, any other countries, France, Britain. Just say, oh, you're not going to say Europe, dear. I was thinking German dominating. Now German conquer the whole of the European continent. Now afi no or no be supreme leader. Emma or started incursion in other countries. By so doing, Adolf Hitler na the movement and the fascist movement. Fascism. Or you're not going to say, if we say some people deserve to live and some people deserve to die. And it's important to say, if we say you need to listen to history. Say there are mistakes now in the past, and yes, I'm going to mistake in the future. It's very important. Or you're not going to say, if you deserve some survival, you say if you so you finish war. A ban is no territories are na Germany et me akwanka. Omo ye den, omo shase e start program. Program no later on no you have referring the Holocaust, whereby almost selected people decide that those people don't deserve to live. Those people, no, unfortunately, most of them were, one will argue, European Jews or white Jews. Not only them, minority groupings, black people were also killed. People who were gay and lesbians, they were also killed. Only say a lot of people talk about Jews because most people who were sent to the gas chambers to be killed were European Jews. So between 1939 and 1945, a lot of atrocities went on in Germany and the occupied states. A ban is on na world SRTI, UK in particular, Winston Churchill, I say no way. Yantina ho Emma Adolf Hitler, the expansion and the killing of innocent people to continue. Someone have to take a stand. And therefore, UK, United Kingdom, America, Ghana, other Commonwealth countries, they form an alliance and they decided to take Germany on. During the war, UK were bombed. Adolf Hitler sent in bombers to come to this country, London. So many places in the UK were bombed. People had to run to the underground for shelter. So by the time that the war came to an end in 1945, now Ekromwa asay bebre. Now Winston Churchill, now a conservative prime minister. A free party, a friend conservative. A friend Tory. Enti about the son na Ekromwa ye Ekromwa say, ya bombu baby ama building works say Ekromwa wani tuya. Tina Ekromwa ehia nipa ese nipa ebe Ekromwa. Now they needed a workforce. Time of war never the year 1945 no. At the same time so na ekomo dingrofo wo Ekromwa. Enu na Somalia ni bi se eye ne wanwan se Ghana for be Ekromwa be dipa. Because onu oba Ghana 1948. Oh no, that's the first place obehun WC. Or see water closet. Ghana was the first place obehun water closet. Obe Kromo and Necrofor SLI Ekoya so. Somalia didn't ask which I was very surprised. Mr. Ali, Assalamu alaikum. When the cast asked which within the Somalian community there, or a big man. Now from his history, now you're one of the big men in Somalia. Now Civil War 1990, and the Sama Nebe Krumu. Till within the Somalian community, they were champion. Now Miadom were introducing justice and law to a lot of the Somalians. And to put justice and law, now so much is a Somalian need to work Mr. Ali. You know, and Mr. Ali Nami Enshiro. And basically, now Omuhia enipa ewo kromu manpower. Emma Britain look out to the Commonwealth countries. and to the Caribbean countries. And to Ushabukrana, Africa for never Krumwinano. Bebre, I know my Grison Babet in a Krumwa. Bebre Bessian, dear, and almost I call back. Most of the African leaders, when you look at, you will see that they were educated in England and Americas, and sometimes the Soviet Union. Bebre, I call back, a Kruma dear, not a year lie. However, our brothers and sisters from the Caribbean come from the word Carib Indian. Carib Indian. And then it changed to Caribbean. Because the Indians, they have different types. And we have the Carib Indian. And then became the Caribbean. Some also argue that it's cannibal. Because throughout history, there were cannibalism in the Caribbean. But I prefer this, the Carib Indian to become Caribbean. So what then happened was that people from Commonwealth were invited to come to the UK, to the motherland, and build a country. So a lot of people from the Caribbeans came over. And later on, the Windrush generation also came, and basically when people came, some people were dispersed to Birmingham and other inner cities of the United Kingdom to help build the country. And therefore, that is where the history of mass exodus of people of color into this country came about. But don't be deceived, because there were black people in this country even before the 1960s. One of the notable ones that I can remember, I think it was called Quano, Quano. Back in the 1900s, he wrote some academics books. You know, so when you go back to history, black people did not start coming to the UK in 1960s and 40s as people claim. From history, black people have always been present in these shores. Anyway, so people came in to work, and that is where the mass exodus of people of color come to this country. Back in 1948, people were malnourished and things were not going right. So as a result, the Labour Party that came into power after Winston Churchill commissioned a report, and it's called the Beverley Report. And according to Beverley, he thought that there was a need to introduce a bit of socialist ideology into our political system. Meanwhile, the liberals, they've started in the 1900s. But they were not as powerful as the conservative, because the conservative, the traditional party, has been in the UK for centuries. And then people realized that no, it was not fulfilling their needs. Basically, there was an accusation that conservative is for the rich people, the lords and the nobles and their inner circles. And therefore, during the early part of the 1990s, I think 1917, 18, 14, thereabout, there was a liberal movement also wanted to challenge the conservative for political power. So after the Second World War, the Labour Party, in fact, from history, it came from the Liberal. The Labour Party won power. I think the name of the person, 1946, was Attlee, if I'm not mistaken, because Attlee came with the Beverley Report. And then the Beverley Report came up with suggesting that they have to form a welfare state. So it was the Labour government that introduced the welfare state. And the welfare state is to introduce free healthcare. NHS was born. Also, the fact that if someone is not working, the state have to look after the person if it's not the person's fault. And therefore, the benefit system, if you like, also became more fashionable, where there was a belief that those people who are vulnerable within our communities and our societies, society have to provide for them, provide for their basic needs. So the welfare state was also established. And as we know, there has been a change of government. And every time that any government comes, they come up with their own policies. But one thing that people have to realize is as follows. During the 1940s, coming up to all the 1980s, there has been a lot of changes in immigration law. And some of the notable changes is where Commonwealth citizens were also citizens of the United Kingdom at some point in our history, but because of the changes that occurred over the years, those people born after a certain period were no longer a citizen of the United Kingdom. And as a result, a lot has changed. But one thing that we must mention is the Windrush generation and the Windrush saga. What do we know about this? These are the people who came in the 1940s, 1950s, and 1960s, where they came in as British subjects and British citizens. And some of them had automatic indefinite leave to remain at the time that they came in. Unfortunately, when they came, they felt that there was no need to apply for British passport. And even those who were holding British passport that came in, they did not bother to renew it. And as a result, unfortunately, they couldn't be traced in the system. And as a result, certain benefits that they were entitled to, they were not given. Some of them were even issued with deportation papers that they are going to deport them on the basis that they are not British nationals, they are illegals. This brought about the Windrush saga. Some people were deported. They actually died from the shock. Can you imagine? You come in the 1950s, you've been living in this country for over 50 years. All of a sudden, you find yourself in Kingston, Jamaica, a place that you haven't been for over 50 years. You don't know nothing. So many things have changed. You don't know what to do. Some collapsed and they died. Now we look at British immigration history. And because of changes in the law, some people were no longer British even when they were born here, following 1983. So there has been a lot of changes, but in short, there has been a belief, or at least a perception. When we say right wing in British politics refers to the conservative, and the left wing refers to the liberal or the Labour. So what it is this. In international politics, we have two dominant ideologies. The capitalist ideology on the right, and then we have the socialist or the communist ideology on the left. The extreme form of socialism is communism. And then you're going to have the extreme form of the right wing. We have them, all these right wing racist organizations who do not like the other apart from themselves. So that's the extreme form. So in this country, you say the British National Party, the BNP, someone will argue. So whenever there is issue about immigration, there is a general perception that those on the right wing, they are not sympathetic to foreigners. Those on the left wing are a bit more sympathetic and understanding to foreigners. So that is what I will say to this. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of the politics of it, but this should give you an idea. Now, let's look at some policies that has taken place in the UK over the years, and then you can draw your own conclusion. Back in the 1980s, the British Nationality Law of 1981 was formulated. Before the coming into force of the British Nationality Act of 1981, any child born in the United Kingdom was automatic British by birth. Any child born in the United Kingdom was automatic British by birth. Any British mother that gives birth to a child the child was automatic British by birth. Whether the mother is married or was not married to the child's father. And during the 1970s, the politics of this country have been dominated by the Conservative government. I would say as far back as 1979 to at least 1997. They were in power for so long. Let's look at some of the policies. 1981, the British Nationality Act of 1981 was formulated. It came into effect on 1st of January 1983. Before its effectiveness, anyone born in the UK was British. The law changed in 1983, 1st of January. So from 1st of January 1983, any child born in the UK is not automatic British by birth. Only a mother or a father or a grandparent can pass on that citizenship to that child. And if it were, a father can pass on his citizen to a child. The law was that the mother and the father had to be married. However, if the mother is not married to the father and the mother gives birth, the child was automatic British. This law was deemed to be discriminatory until 2007 when some changes also came about. Now, let's jump. During the 1980s up to the year 1997-98, there were a lot of immigration policies in place. Some were favorable, some were not favorable. I cannot remember everything and go into too much details. However, one thing that I will say from 1997 coming to the year 2000s, one of the notable changes is the 20-year rule, which was changed in 2012. Before 2012, if you've been living in this country for 14 years, you would have been given indefinite leave to remain. 2010, the Conservative and the Liberal Democrats formed what we call the coalition government. 2012, the law was changed. 14 years went to 20 years, and completion of 6 years on discretionary leave would have led to indefinite leave. This was replaced by 2.5 years, 2.5 years, 2.5 years, 2.5 years, which is also known as 10-year route to settlement. So the changes that came in 2012, personally, they were harsh and they were brutal. And as a result, these days, people have to be 20 years in this country before they can apply for indefinite leave. People have to complete 10 years residency in the UK before they can apply for indefinite leave to remain. For me, this is a very harsh policy, very difficult to swallow, because by the time the individual gets indefinite leave to remain, what is left of him? I don't know. So that's what I can say in this respect. It's now 30 past 12. I will end the program here, and then I will then activate the telephone lines. But before that, I will play some advert from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we will activate the line. Let me get some water to drink, and then we will continue. You will not be long. Free one. Now so that you
me from one me, Mammy and a jammy say me.
I did not
I'm from one would you be down one year?
What kind of home secretary who sooner, braver than be? I dare never go back.
Oh, who say if ye? Oh, what did my son come on, Mamma, come on, someone, and Jeremy May. Freeze out with the sea, Miss Way. When you meet me, I say, I'm a man, I sit there, Passa. Don't pay me a name. I did what you want, Mammy, and my time is any eye. Oh, what's safe, ye? Oh, what can you always say about for? Oh, what's safe, ye? My time will be a puppet. What was safe here? What did you always say never come for? What was safe here? Oh, Guardian and continue. We uncle Pastor Jay, Santa watching menu. Germany and Awa, and I need a Jawa, so the men swore, many are Mammy Chichu. Oh, Guardian and continue, if I put Bagastina, I'll not let you in. Nani a Jawa, a young swore. I meant to choose What did you always say about
ye na ye nitwa say yenya new home secretary. Now home secretary obia wonder the type of policies are or the beba. Now home secretary so o share nasi free Asia te se ba kona na owo so a free so no ense na we airben. Na the critics I say there is not going to be difference. Now in fact it's going to get worse for ahohwa ewukrumwa. And I say ahohwa ompese omobekrumwa. But ye betwen na ya hwe de oba babe. Now before so babe home secretary so no waka ensem pi eno na enkofo e de ejeje no. Ensem a oka ye ebi ni sen. Ebi ni sen Rwanda policy no pretty Patel ekofa bae no. Ye ntwaso na entwaso echina. Enti obekromu a na wo se oba bedi adru because of you are feeling persecution in the year. Any ye ma wo so a near the akwakoto Rwanda. Na amanfo asa kan say onumpo de onfa na nsi Rwanda nko a o say other countries ono mo ba be ye agreement na chese oba na bedi adru a ye de akwakoto wo no o say upi safety dia ene enye Britain kope safety no Rwanda and I say other countries are omo eye negotiations. There also too European Convention of Human Rights Britain lawyers eka ho ema ye chroye ababeye one of our laws in this country since 1970s. And also so waka ho nsem bebrebe ese e was a redraw every European Convention of Human Rights in na ye ankasa ye chro ye Bill of Rights. Na eno the danger about such thing ne say akwai say uno bi bobo na say nipa na say ye referee enti aba ne say na fi say die ne besi we de e asem sebe me pese make too much. Na in short no enkrofo bebre aka ensem bi ato say all bani the difference bi amem e ba be ye worse. Enti no say oye akwantuni anaso ye hoho a woti kromu a na woti hofo na oyo bibia so a waye ahweyiye yembo advert ba ko mienu bi emfem na ye ba na afi no ye de dwumadie no ahyehye so ne bia matrofo na tim wa wo question bia so ma akwan no afre na obusa
beauty product and a home care product or more health products need be your vitamins and as a food supplement beauty products need be and so more enku and as a mana ebema wo honam atoso already atoso sen no home care products need be samana e de huhuru kukuo mu ni aye de twetwe adwaye and emu de he wo pe bia no ubetimi enya bi ewo Amway se ope emu nsamatie anase ope bi ato a yesre se fre owura Emmanuel Eshon ewo 075 076 30487 075 076 30487 anase so se abelfo amansanten tan kese no so ubehuru o machira kwan ewo www.amway.co.uk/user/ms na ofre ora Emmanuel Eshon anaso so se wotuns ansa ekọ amansanten tan kese no so wo mo website no so a omuni ubedi nkita ho fefefe enu na ora Emmanuel Eshon beka to say and they're not online. Amway.
Megaful, Uyamaka, wow, dime papa be our Ghana, and so a nam no cry asantino, who send ya with manisika, say yes, what you mount. It's in a paradise city. Ya did this beautiful ultramodern city, Apatema, Community 25, Whoop standard, executive, semi-executive quality buildings. Here Paradise City. Here we home out. It's as if you dear brochure abagana and thing. Your payment terms no so. And a phone book call. Who penny self finance and as a mortgage. For Paradise City. Oh, your telephone number is so. UK +447 908 475 802. Paradise City. Ye juma pa amagana yefe ankasa.
Party na last over farm ko e abaya be ko hia nza aban se nya ni krata ma no and I get it you na we see abaya party asi ya so nya krata ma I'm sure be bok ni me de me ya we din wasa bom bi mo e be fi kese fu ko te to ko ni
eja wo
ko unye da unye na ebo fu me ya ko ma tu
na dan majira prachi abom na dada na mpezum bebi
what you akuma ni su nyina ye fi ho because if kese mfo
na ada moti ha mo ho ntwa na moda so te fi hai
na o no me maka nchiro e na wumi aso ko ye ngata ma obi yo me dem so o yo kekura
yo mesremo pi ewi ase de obi ene ho ti fo asem pakodo enemre mu nso de obi ene ho betena ho ama ta bada ho so owon kame enu ti mesrew se banka ta asem ko ande a na se wuni krata wo krom ha na wuhia krata mesrew adwuma ba ko pe ena mekan fo ama eno ane justice and law solicitors lawyer ye fe no openda ku David eho ena owo ne ba immigration sem landlords and tenants family legal documents civil litigation wills and employment issues ni nyina papa odi hu djuma e wo ho na mesra mo maba beto mu ne American tira mu momfa mo maboso mo tom
na wo kai papa otimi akonto ko nyina ma ye se bia obi aju sika zo mbe so betia no so otimi ye ho djum
ni nyina lawyer benda akudi ni nyina hu djuma na ne ayema ni ka awon ho ne se wo ye ntoko chan se ba mra mu dia so waje wasebe so onwie ya papa onyini sa emfrase
pacho hefa no asena so wo no
yo me pacho obehunu justice and law for ewo Unit 35, Eurolink Business Center, 49 Efra Road, Bristol, SW2 1BZ. Now the telephone number is 020-7738-5841. And I say the mobile number 075-3896-9589. Miss Row, and then they said the migration for senior blue Krumhano. Share and one traho ama and for now quiet. It's the free no code here. Found cat as Ecuador justice and law solicitors.
Hey, Ojam, also so you want the way you are on idea see a woman and the Adam for coffee. And
if she penisi uru finance akofaba yinti. And I'm say lawyer benda ko afaton ho so say obebua yen Ghana 43 wunti. Memne de bia e free anopedu ba ko ekobo awia donko lawyer etna efidia eye fire life radio so execute memrem e wo ho. Enti e free memne da e be ne memne da aka bia na for fidie ne to fire life radio na tie lawyer ene emrem nsem e wo ho. Ti free na radio justice and law solicitors ah ne be ho.
Adia afa na nka ewo eno sa eprawa nyaya fansa ni odonchi iwe anyare asaba che fansa be wo mani odonchi iwe anyare odonchi me ya tamule
Yes, the lights are now activated. You can call us if you have any question. Self-assured friend who will question about UK immigration and nationality law. And your topic I can want some Ukraina. Also, betting your friend. Number here 07538 969 589. The church will be here. Yes, Dr. Pablo. Number no, ana eguja eguano. Enti ubetimi afre. Se enya ayekra kan ho asemne na wo issue be about immigration, about employment, about family, contact order, child arrangement order, you name it. Lawyer Black, justice and law solicitors. Obi ani echi and obi ni yanim. Obruma kume order pejan. Osreshi nyangwa. The three kings of the fancies. Yes. Infantifono. Na ye ntafo. And I shall say you move up south. It is what you say. Obruma kuma. Osono. And order pejan. The three kings of the fancies. Who led them from modern days, Mali, the Ghana Empire, to the modern day Central region and Western region, the three kings that led the Fantis, Obruma Kume, Oda Pejai, and Osono. Yes, the first collab, the Empanana Yentie, the Onosone Break. Learn your history. This is justice and law solicited beating and coaching. Yes. Thank you for joining us. Hello, okay. No. Dr. Pablo. Hello, caller.
Hello, lawyer.
Good afternoon to you. Now, a poet is saying, Nyankopon adom ne mo mpaebo ye talim se Taliban. Na mpacho wan e ka say ebia na obi 80 na ohu nipa no. Me de be hu nipa ne dada ye wona na ba ko pe ane wa fidie yi so. Obelande dia no ba belande, obi ni na chi obi ni anim. Yes, odi sika de edware, odi sika mu. Ochim kwa onu mbre mu. Oh no. Ye nko ye nim.
Say yes, I say. Lawyer, a question it's not the same as the topic, but
no problem.
I was a bit worried now. Missing me without. And any 3 days now, we receive parking ticket from Belfast. And to me here, and I'm saying, Belfast here, me car crime driving from motorway grass. And later I realize they say the car in the picture is different from my car, different color, different thing. But the person has cloned my driver's license and no use for Belfast, and I'm off before police. All the police want my reference number, but almost catch him say it could get bad before it get better, because they say the only thing is police maybe will be stopping me because they are caught. Data way in this case, so the code is some money be do I stand a chance?
Have you called a DVLA?
No, it's a from so
so from an answer to your email said you have been BB down in writing. Now Omaya aware. Made the so I can say same way because actually I'm gonna be so my might be some become once and I did be refi. And a time be my mechanic in our fraud and performing and saying. And yeah, Fred DVLA for so, and I said, make us send you email. Said they are Ubinya Dancy D, because who throw Binane Nekasa. After some manakas when Nipa we Kasaya, Ubia be denied. Until they just
a police for number reference number.
Yeah. offer DVLA for no so and also so yeah, because what happened, they say car registration biano, DVLA for ni keep. And it will be a information about car ownership and car registration, they go to DVLA. And you know, say, my DVLA for they are aware, then they can put a note or a caution. Say they are next time be so be the cover red lighting. Now say, kwako check it, say, why na car we any dia? Man na air driver at the time, and DVLA will give them the information, say, will be area or IDA use. And it will be say, and you and no mum ever save more flack than say just only the police. Because police, they are so busy. And I'm meeting your police, that's will be come with that catching will be our card, IBBA. And on your priority, that's what I mean.
True.
And you know, DVLA for the moment, Jumani say car registration and record keeping.
Okay.
And no one be more effective.
Oh, thank you, because my dream crime made me feel police. Me feel say that is when me catch on say can me fret company and me talk and if your police one can say there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
And to me no come my reference with although no my sending me car pictures and me car no need BBA because the car involved was black. I think it's BMW or something. I mean, so we can get different make. And I'm say, to me, hope you some best squash it. We say, we fine it dear back.
Yeah.
So say what can me that separate.
Thank you so much. Careful so because obiwa or information through to bet me as send this BB but they said the way infringe on road traffic regulations, you know. And to one share not the information you are giving them more information to use to commit more fraud.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're careful. And the company in question, any search on them to make sure say a legitimate company.
Wait, the name. Oh, okay. I feel no what you might be.
Yeah, mistake.
But me call my website and I make call dispute against the ticket, no.
I would suggest they say, BBC, no, use your phone and call the number. You call the number.
There was no number there.
Okay.
The only thing is website, almost the website number. Website we say no.
Next time, no, BBC, no, send a simple email first and get a response.
Oh, okay.
But they make what I say because the case is brave, and your fraud cases are. Now, Miss Milbo and Panama need to charge you. Now, I was surprised because a microphone website, Frosters, on my website. Our website, no more designing is any panel website, Pepe.
Oh,
yes. Now, what did that permission in your time now? Every day, so fast, I do what is our topic, and I know the Biaba. And remember, I can be actually for. I am now Obi on my or pay information through. How do they get the information? They create a panic. Once you panic, you start giving information without realizing. And to one share you pay, not with the more information more. I don't know, but you should be committing more fraud. I'm hoping you say this is a legitimate, but next time, no, be careful. A company, Biafra 112, we can ask for their telephone number. A BT directory service. A Biafra 112. Referee number, that's 181. BBC. Offer. And as
I say, you can even ask Google.
You can ask Google about now. Offer. No, Busa say your first editor. If you offer say Femi John, me move full name. When your notice be free home, when your notice be purportedly coming from them, you just want to check first before you act on it. Can they confirm their business, their telephone number, their company registration number, blah blah blah. You can actually go to company house website. Now I check it. Say I'm passing a legitimate registered company.
Okay.
So
that's what they say when my friend DBS.
DBS for now West Easy Saturday, they're very important because a lot of fraud is going on.
Yeah, but police of only catch them say because adding more charges happen. People are having a way of avoiding the charges, and you know that's what they've been doing. I'm not the first caller. Yeah, that's what we say.
That's why you're careful. You know, we referring DVLA for now, and also Beboa. I'm a
Metro Musisia.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And see, your phone calls no, na me emphasize you me film.
Okay.
Obi a wo ben me pa nyame nkwa na Saturday see ya. Me friend no gina phone so. 15 minutes na so da so gina phone so na me say man kwa no ni gina phone so na kasa for this long way. Ana me frequency in the house number. Ana na verify. Ana mbisa na yere say Jack na ujafo you know so ugina phone so da on bank for kasa. Ana me say bank for 15 minutes. Massa. Bank what time? I'm not gonna say 2 minutes near what you can now. Something is not right. What do you see here? On your inheritance about £50,000 every to an accounting. Now maybe I'm sure say a inside job. Or one when you phone call. And I'm so you who say will be a use card at the attack here of Scotland. I want to near share. Now I didn't know your quarter no a unusual activity. It won't feel say a fraud. And in this case, you know, omo a stop transaction, you know. Now omo who say omo an close account na. Any pani betinya e defraud account no. Afi dia mo share ni sa no. And I say all the information mo almost.
Hey, because I said I receive fraud. We say we will have no more send you message. Click on no my delete.
Yes.
If you want to, na my year mo kakra na my blocking line. You know.
Don't waste your time. And you know about this ano. Naturally say. Oye die omo busa no. No me ne kwa account ni mu. Ye hu say on the 10th of January. Oto sa die we e wo sa shop we e £22.10. E wo na ye sa transaction na say enye wo a. O say ye mia. Normally you go through. Normally you go through to be what when yes a transaction. No?
Hey, now how did they get access to?
Until a inside job, no. Nancy had 2 bank managers. That show a sentencing home. There's no more inside information. About newspapers.
Yeah, because one wants to come go account and secure new account, man, they don't bother.
That's right.
Immediately they notice there's money in your account, they just want to have it.
Find a way. Until Nipano. And on which for so more kasa or go through no. Says that time nina meaning how they did it. No much shall say a use account and they told you let's watch 10,000. Yes. And me friend me from say massa something is not right. Bang the page na phone for 15 minutes. Or say oh phone the crack at him once half any back. And I'm say baby something is not right. Be careful.
Call the bank.
I said look at the back of your card and call the bank straight away. My jere and use landline no. Na yere free landline no busa bank for no say hwe ene ye fraud because you use scan no free account ni mu. I don't see the on the phone or the 2 minutes no see the on the phone right now. I don't say look ene money and block transactions ni na the board and say na ye Saturday. So the money was in the cloud. The money has not actually left the account.
Account until they can easily
cancel. Into bank you know every Portman police and almost stop transactions ni na. Can you say yeah? Can 50,000? No, never know. So I'm going to manasa. And so
this
is the thing. And you're very careful. What they so be from Puno Casual said me free bank A bank B. Oh, say thank you very much. I'm going to put down the phone. I will call you back. Just pick up your pass your card. At the back of your card there is a number.
Oh, online banking, sometimes it's easier. We say go on your web, online and approve it, and I'll be designed to wait me a cut line, then you go there.
That's right. That's another way. But so offering banking, you know, for me, now if you want a phone call, no, or the can be mama yamasho. About this another cut, you know, also be free banking. That's it. And I say you go to a branch. Okay. Because there are so many fraudulent activities here call so. There's a baby, they say, oh, you see, you're entitled to your friend say a fee, your friend say, they be working from home, your friend say COVID
time, you know.
Yeah, bro, so you're entitled to £640. One hey, not any sort of fast, my bro. A cruma be bien where you're free. You're very careful. Because one shay na say okay yes I'm mistaken na you will do seeker obi be do seeker free and to be very careful fraud
but all the same me no ka say you can make free DVR before no straight
yeah
just to Yeah, Kavado na many police when send ya wokano. It could be fraud and I could be BB. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just to cover myself, and I think I'll call the DVLA and report the case to them.
I think that it's a sensible thing to do.
I have Belfast, so maybe I'm a family do. I don't even know.
And Northern Ireland, Omo capital, no.
Ah, okay.
Belfast, and you know, Obi a play or faster, no.
And then we are sure because for a long time you receive BBR why now?
Yeah, just unfortunate. Anna, Oma are very, very sophisticated, criminals. So they know how they are playing the game. They will send something to you, press the link. Okay, press the link, and only a day walk on.
Hey, link it, link press.
It was it send you BBC HMRC, you have overpaid your tax. Put your account number. Yes, you bet sure this is here. You're very, very careful. Chrono de be coso, no.
Yes,
why you're very careful. And never tough. And never tough for chronos in the doors.
Yes,
you're careful. That was a part for this question.
That's what
Yes, this is what your friend on the store. 07538 969 589. Program here, you are questioner. Now, my friend. Say, I have the program, now questioner. By police, areas of immigration and nationality, employment law, family law. You get in touch. Look at the program. You will do the best for you. You will do the best. That's the way we do it. Justice and law solicitors. 07538 969 589. Yes, Dr. Pabomba. Yes, your first second caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, lawyer.
Good afternoon to you. Nampachowana kase na kase free.
Patrol Casafi, London, near Heathrow. Didi Yabwat.
London near Heathrow, Yate. Madam Yabwat, you're great.
Greater London, but Patrol. Make a son, you say, my mammy, you know, Ghana, back year 14, about year 21, or university. Now, my situation is a many must have because me what your Wahano or your disabled charity. Me na me yene carer full timer. Me work carers allowance. Na me pese me so 2.5 years renewable ni me pese me kofa me man back holidays visit be 2-3 weeks. And pese me say make me perform. First question and I say yes since what penny na or university na how you over 18 1 year as a student make me the number for holidays.
Emremu dear yes. Name the practicality of it, and a bit difficult because of one your circumstances. I have home office for so be bar. You need to convince them say you have the means. With me idea sponsor and Kodano. And they'll be looking and say one kasano ye juma ujiska is it enough for you to be able to provide for them when they are in the United Kingdom. Now, most of the time, the someone say, "Abain buawa." Aya na a nipa stereotype, any perception straight away. They think say sebi one kasano abain esho ube de ashe ubi. And not abanisana and not enye what do you call it? That may well not be the case. You see. Because we do have buying everyone, but on one so no means a bia excess incredible bit media show. And you know, Menka say possible, but a bit difficult because you need a lot of convincing to do. The question will be say Akrano, but a Ghana, why in a channel? Why in a sending is car? Plenty of people.
I'm going to patch me trying to make me approve again because. So I say reason tell me you man said me back here in the situation where you man say bring you into the current allowance from the man benefit on the man. Monthly you should send them a man who come more evidence.
Yes.
Kakra. and I work across with my account with it. I say, about December, I take it home for 2 weeks.
Yes, I mean, if that is the case there, then by all means, you stand a good chance. I.e., they'll be looking at your circumstances, the money involved, and the need for them to come to the holidays.
Yes.
Why can't you go and visit them, and why they have to come here and visit you? All this needs to be explained. Because in yes, caseworker, it makes sense to him. And if, for example, because of the need of the less able child, and getting on the plane will be difficult, and you are able to get the doctor's letter to support this assertion, then it makes your case a bit far better. And crime situation school call, they would need a letter from the school that shows they are coming for the visit. And crime papa, they'll be asking about the children's father. Where is he? Has he given consent? They will be looking at this as well. So it's not going to be a straightforward application. There's a lot to cover in this particular scenario.
In this case, papa show any picture and show by the
and Granny Papa, you need evidence. Actually, say, Granny Papa, and I say, Granny Papa is not part of their life, he's not in the scene. Unfortunately, countries like Ghana, okay, say, Granny Papa, whom of a straight away suspicion and they start doubting. You know, so sometimes you need evidence. So, for example, and Granny Papa, the question is, has he consented? Is he involved in the children's life? If that is not the case, he's not involved in the children's lives, we're too crying, getting baby or what. In this particular case, maybe you probably need a letter from the side of the family of the father confirming that to be the case. And crying school letter also, they need to confirm, say you are the parent of sole responsibility. The father is not in the scene. So that the whole idea said the consent from the father will be needed, it can then be overcome.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. Bye-bye. Yes, also person for a number now, and that's 07538 969 589. Also ubitimi afre. One friend tell me you be quiet no. Say about 1:10. I'm giving myself another 5 minutes. Na afe no the program no aba na wie. Enti so person for na also afre and 10 na ekoye nim. Hello. Hello, good afternoon to you. Nampachowane eka say.
Acho mami Melboatma make us free Dawson.
Mami Boatma from Dawson. Mami Boatma ba koko ana ba ko so aba. Yenko.
No side. A positive mami.
Positive mami ba.
And then lawyer, yenyina ye ma ye ho ya akọ. Make cry positive. Mami Melboatma me mami ya akọ kese. Me man of shedding positive. Yenyina ya kaya busunya. Me ma wo bia ya akọ me mpaibo tie busunya fo ne yensem obi o ma wu bia ra ene ye mami mo. Yenyina ya shedding e ba ne sa na chese wa kai wa ma me bra ko papa nyum na wo boye no. Na me sa ma bo wa ba so lo ya wa ya de Yankupon shirawo. Asema wo kan ya atoma kuma. Se wo ye bibia wo wiase ya ye ni ba kuma pa na fa ye pretend se wa kuma no wo ye na so wo di bone. Enya de pa. Eya sa wo da wo ntimi na ebia wo na ma esusun da ye. Enti lawyer me da wa ti pi nsema wa ba Mother Prosto, maybe up to me, go to training. It be to me, mannerful, fair. Why I say, oh, yeah, Juma, for Wakuma pa. That's for Wakuma, never yet, man, and young couple be shroud, or that be. Ain't you know, will be away the BBR and pretending, Yana Papa. Messama ball, little nursery, a basel. Why are they a partner staff in the management? Here you are mono watching up bad news with them, lawyer. Again, depending on a yard, it do actually. Intermediate, many so it's a bomb pie at the tower much. And the justice and law the fire life radio say, What the Akuma Papa, get the Betua too. What the bonnet bar, yet Pam, 1 hour a day. The lawyer, Master may catch on the weekend. To move forward and rest. That's all.
But if it has to be.
And that was it. Nana, come when you're one shedding. Now, when in it will be absent. But Yapona can be true, maybe I will hold my email. Deposit you, baby, I will be. I mean, so I can't, mamma. Shedding. It has to be lawyer.
Yes, that was it. Bye bye. Yeah, we got another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Nampacho di de sena kase free.
My name is Kwame Peche.
Original Peche.
What you want? No size.
That's right. No size.
No size.
Ajibabia.
What I want.
Yes. Na ede ye de bit me ayama.
Let me go with that from your class. Can I speak with you? Now, if I go audience, it will be trouble. Now, my man is Sam, or the human say that class.
Yes, opa.
My man, 3 months. One time on call, or the human say, your son or hearing also a call. I know you never see them more. Now, they never be living room. I want to I can get to the living room. The son of the son of but you're getting me. But the minimum research.
Yes, over 2 free feel. He said, when you are rent, I'm not packing in the free on or if you have a good living room. And you know, say, oh, friend, now on far. Over to your money notice, i.e., so when you email her and now say, oh, friend, now so on far, me sending a message. And what's sending a message through WhatsApp?
Yes.
And I won't say we're reading.
I said, no, mama.
There be. What if I WhatsApp on already? I better take it to blue box.
I mean, like her. It's a WhatsApp. Oh, WhatsApp. Like her. Pay as you go, Libya.
Pay as you go. Okay. And I say, it's a wedding baby or tea.
Baby.
Yes, I mean 2 options. When you come on a warning, as will be in Nema. One man me, obit me the good storage. Say too much. Really, you cannot keep it forever. Something needs to be done. But what I was suggesting is in order to avoid future conflict and disputes, you know, a Chrome there are search agencies. So Ubi until you can search for him basically. Baby or TBR. Search agency that means I search someone finding address our teso. Now ABR what the idea number your friend is saying. Well, I could drop amano. That's it. And I say when you're a third party. So the other CD baby no more I could drop. Because the reality is whatever it is now, you don't want say Ebiabako to a na HNB or the claim will say the property. What will a constituency and answer constituency. And you know, I would suggest to say, you know, ask around, Edia, Ubini Mubi, maybe I continue to be a good baby or tea, no, down for Nadia man, no, service worker.
Now, my next way, because we know the last of your new order of country. We know the car on the same day, I don't know.
Let's see, Oniano, wouldn't address.
We need address, and we know your number.
Okay, and Tininiano, you can send a message to the brother through WhatsApp. I said, on can brother, and say you're giving him 20 days. Or you give it to charity. Period. You'll not be responsible for it. And your house is not a warehouse. Tino Kachini and say, confirm to me, say you have passed on this message to him. To pass the message, and you share. You have no other choice but to dump it.
Okay. And I can part of one issue or more, man, of your soul, so what is your goal to also obey?
I was in a good story, so if you will be. And you know, can we any favor? So I come for the charge or charging. Because you're calling. Obianwa work where a security for nothing. Where security say you get paid. Because I didn't quite obeka so na why you are into Tiaka. Into what you saw. Yes. And I would also not change locks in now because until fantastic. That's it, Mr. Percher.
So you want?
Oh, Percher? Oh, Percher? Yes, everybody here. Oh, Bruno Kule. Oh, the Percher. Oh, Sue. Then I have to share the WhatsApp. This program was brought to you by Justice and we are based at Unit 35B 49 Efra Road, Brixton, London, SW21BZ. Set up a sober here. Number be fresh 0207 993 5976 or mobile number is 07538 969 The church shall be right. You must say for your continual support, ever here for ever sure. You must say, Mr. Augustine Sian Watford, your church shall. Watford for your church shall. Halloway, your church shall so sanity. Yes, Yami Inshamina. On your work, say Mr. Moses Buama, the king of Bompata, your church shall. Gifty Ampo Samabia will be also your church shall. Papa Kwame, also your church shall be will be. George Belwa, thank you very much for joining us. Madam Benny Sampon Samabia will be your church shall. Mami Abina, also your church shall. How much can you be? Madam Pedina boy, I said, yes, your church shall. Yes. Oh, he didn't ask to pray. Was your church shall. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Alexander the Great. Vivia Wako.
Yamia do Vivia Wakoloya.
The Yamias himself shall follow Via Way.
Tia Hoyaha.
Yet we saw Kakranka, Madame Roman Empire. It's 20 years in Yacheswa.
No.
I did be Biba.
No, but your question, me what did my if you see me who say, oh, ma, necessary no more banner for Ebe Jumo Hasino. No, because so said, so we do continuously for 5 years. Omoma indefinite, and I just over 10 years route, no.
5 years indefinite. 5 years indefinite.
Oh, okay.
Why? And you know, a foot you met me at the Amayunianum say, because Obi frame or you recruiter. Now, a true another client, and I'm person me establish a contact. Now, in yan mumu hiam one get me a bow.
Yes.
But any panic or say Ghana for, oh, buono. That's what we drew her, or say you managed into any view. None in between for say, Miaweni, ne ehona o contract no. Na omum e tumi semgu na tumi se wonjai. Enti ono part the contract if anything the possibility of recruiting from Ghana no aguna bem. Enti na aya yenye careful. Ye ko baby ani ese o. Ye wi so ani e complaining. So hwese de bi si brem okromu a 20 years will be the sober. Now with the 5 years, there's some 5 years, then you have freedom as a human heading. A human see it, Yawaka.
But then I do adwuma ho ye ha ne de ne pa de say ne
just say I am in tibi mase so ana yes why wa no aya ye ma ne kre no ene adi nche ye nuanom bi mo enipa ne ba no be ka say adwuma na ye den a no ka say shut up and get on with it obi ani wa adwuma enye di wo kro mu a obi di complain ba
timi kan kire me one mu kura wanyi se no kra na timi mi wa no wo to onya di nya no ba be to mu a edi
na wo say complain say edi na wo timi nya na de ben bi a complaints a minim krofo a oma bema sesi a me kan oma dwane afri employer ne ho na wo dwane na woni say krata na be say because employer no do be ya ni say obeka che home office say wa radio sponsorship no on krata na mess up oh okay amanfo ntie de omo sumi omo de no eno no mo peti o afa sem koto na abrewa bi a oti ni ba bi a o di bi ko ni mankani no na ide asem wo kwhye no so ana se panyina wa mo ne breyi asem obi na no kan ne se ma me wu ye busu anhwe me but abrabo ne ni wa o ana osoro boade obo ne ho so obi abo yamnya dom oba se adwuma na ede me de me mpebre sa ene sa ko back was a chrome one here a hard obi enu wa fa na easy obi abre so man bi okwa fa na yiraba okofre ye fra na yiri na ebuza na questions me na ndom o se man kan cho set na fie man kan cho set na fie ma fra so na ndom ye de me dinaka ma po night and mama betna no adana me serious o so dinaka party entino sanity enipa ne ba enisi asoso omo so mani hu say sebe war front na waba no you have to work hard.
Yes.
So na bana be jeja mo 20 years na sabrabo ne nkoya afo bi ba 5 years na so ne di ekoya no ani bre no was na nsia wo be o ba be sa and ye adwuma ni bia bo ho mo ni bia so enti na brabo ne de masa ene de wawara wo bo be ye ni ba bia ade nyame ni ba bia nyame ne ne wa be ye ne ne wa you reap what you sow. And you know, you be best remo say what committee as a oba be adwuma mo bi for 3 years, for 5 years oba jiro ho na ye adwuma den because adwuma bi anye easy wo kromu ano. Enya sa dia na asa paki na wo sa call back because Babylon is dread. Ana ko yo bi adwuma na so ko ye mistake so ko jeja ho a obesake wo o me waste time. Ana adwuma bi aso ya jiwa kumam na ye because the reality ne say the ye nyina no grofo hwe yo ebia sometimes no ye ni emaso cause me kai say me vie me training contract obi frame me from nowhere I say David, are you looking for a job? And I'm saying, who is this? I want no abonity. And I'm saying, oh, so how did you get my number? Or so be a demand. And I'm saying, okay, why would that person give you my number? And also, I was looking for someone to work with. Now, any catcher me say you see a ball home or day, say me now witty say what me company no a becon in impa. Me nim ni pare baby me nim oni akra with this information man. And so say the CCT. So oya papa e bi beka, oya bonia e bi beka. Ti adwuma de wo ya jujam ni ye yi wakomam. Ne ye mi ye. Woni wa jedin wo ho. Na ye mfew. Cause obi wo adwuma ofri wa nobody cares, nobody remember him. Ni so nim fa so wi ya. But enipa de ye adwuma mi hu say yes, woni wa etosini. Eno na woni ho a asme be kan say anka less wa ha kaminya problem we. Ales wa ha kameda kamada. Ales wa ha de bie be bo din aka say no.
Be din no correct.
Na we jedin no.
No correct.
So
the last question here. And say me na jami jama akwara so abu adwuma bre. I get so responsibility order no. Am say wo chichi mu na Ghana no. Ikosi ni pa ekoya ye sha ye no. Afi di kudu baby ne brand me friend no say omu hu say di omu ye ene ochina. So ntimi say omu ntimi nyu ntino no so person buza say without no there's no any other route we are omitimi afana say bi person de man e ka ho ba obitimi aye ko me sha say ko nye no ti ko yi bibia na nka ye the documents na ba ma na so omu go to omu do be na ko ma twa the picture dia send it ni ya hwemo ha say me dia mo hwemo ha say no ana omu the right truth na but I say o say omu hu di omu put it this way.
Ebia family law and yes our lawyer in the area of law. Enti wo kan na dwumi ni hey ohuno so. Now so responsibility order no what I would do is say mepe template example. Ebia onimade kro but when you say ni din any so responsibility. Eh asemo but mami chechiri mu na ebia nya understanding na ebia chechiri mu beti ase. So responsibility order no eye order court ana ede ema a parent to prove say ononkwa na court no agye to mu say onye de onhwe abofra no. And typical example is say the lawyer who petition the court obey application under Family Law Act Acco Court. Ghana no is regulated by the Family Law Act of 1998. And you know, all the ordinary kasa also on Family Law Act in 1998 na on share sole responsibility order. And today what I will do is say next week may some research process any procedure ni nyina no. Meba be chirichiri mu afidie so. Na me chirichiri mu wi a send the audio no na ontie na on follow na on fanye na bibia emra na so ndwem kama. Enye mo kwa na obisa msa question we yo enipa bebe obisa me lawyer ba ko say lawyer ba ko me nyanto wa say ni go through and send na all tiase ya kire ne law school and so wie ye no on practice and unse Ghana no bibia Germanica Papa chimi jiga o say o mami me ka say bra wa ma enti me buafu enti akra me hwe ni biem na wa fa ne ho adi free akra ni nyina o se ko hwe papa na ni nyina no eni buku hwi ni wono mo cover sa ne ma no ti amaye no ma bi atosini e wo efie na ekromu ade aya emra ye adwuma se wo so won hwe oba then you give up the right, i.e. unka akra ne life hu biem ti ma men ne be hwe akra na ma men no yama ni sole custody and that's sole responsibility order. Now normally no so papa ni useless and so ma men is useless and court no granted and that's whereby you show no interest in the welfare of the child. In that case, you know, court in ebejiatu. Now, oh, Pakofa will ba abana se uni sadie na ema ukesi no e wiki kakra. Na eno enchre se enima enye yi. Enima ebetimi aye yi. Balo ya dakon ane epe bibia one touch it no. Ane epe se eye watertight. Said ye ya. Exactly. So
Monday ikuja akoya na so ye din ya wamfanye ma no fa echi ko ye no ikuja ne court Birmingham immigration court ha na lawyer da bi ka se nkrofo form ne emra justice and law ne enye justice mo ma an office bia yitu futu egu omani lawyer be dia disi be du ho no e ho no mo ye me fa she no barrister no because them say onya ko prepare let's say ko from because me do be about hope when famous only pay the lawyer we be who should be that also before so the court to training it na si church so because on na igina court some ne o ka che no because on na ebusa mo ho.
That's right.
Bibia de dana kwa misi ko do ho man di afi na ye misi omo ye rehearsal
preparation
afi de again na ntini ankasa ye no obeso beble mu de me to di na msi we they are not a call Masadi wins that before some no near prepare more than to win the question. You tomorrow will say your stand up and your feel more baby. Nippon catch the current to us because under pressure. So Nippon under pressure. A friend is a witness statement. Your current one fan come, you been one woman and I say, but open them say go to or buy it. It's now more Macana man. So one fan come home. I want to see a draft to be. Barrister is okay draft to be res on Begiatuma. Like a judge is a massa. He is a grown woman into. There be no making us over Sania. I had no more uploading online. 1 year to so into the catcher go for say. Lawyer Darko job or be prepare we. And it's a 10 piano. Lawyer me for waiting for the month for baby. Was winning with you to me and your ma. Made you many more. What young woman in a. They be catch a man for Mutti say. Lawyer Darko the urban wa. I just say BBS. Inti ya kwaba afeni ase amuna ne decision ebeba. Because say the judge na ni timu odina. Home office ni pano kwa no nkasa. Oh. Na judge ni push ni tumu say ni bi. Umusa we.
That room sound.
Baby enkoyi.
Share the reality they say. Oh court wa. You have to prepare and make it easy for your client as possible. Because courtroom one, said you obi the one from Kujina Koto. And you warn a walk, it's life and death.
Yes.
And you cannot just be joking like that. Say courtroom, I feel a better witness statement about yourself. Whilst I hear in air course. Come on in as well.
Justice the Lord, number one. Very apart from Justice the Lord, you know, be a clothing view.
Anyway,
yeah, that
was it. Your mom pie money in Queen, man.
Maybe you are moved to an end, they pie watch and I have a god and we are more pressure than a
Kaba just to say, I can't buy and get in it. You know,
no, what you're shabby.
And you say, we can. Nina a lesson, also one son, and then who said, you more do, and I said, ye no one sample, you know, Zoom. Sandy, I said it here. So, today, yet I was CP. Thank you very much for your continuous support and for calling. Monday, so dear, you were a year case of and you know, sanity. Any man not ever in a year. Here for next week, you beside Ababian. Yet the money I say, I say, and the money ye de Abramo and the Anobey, and the AVA and the Enumray. Yenny Sododo. Now, you say you will continue to support us. With your support, we will always have the vim, the courage, and to come here and share what we have. Nyame enko obiao, nyame enshira obiao so. Justice and law, and a day with ye a bremu. You were unit 35B 49 Efra Road, Brixton, London, SW21BZ. Say upeso be here, Fred Amatru for you so a 0207 993 5976. Sasuna ubitinya free a mobile number so a 07538 969 589. Monday to Friday from 9:30 to 5:30. Saturdays there a special appointment for VIP clients. Yadamase say Monte Yenka with me ashwe ye chiri. Se Monte Yenka so na chese na ase ane de benyame. Last week yentimi ama because of ohima newu na uwu ye no ene asemkesia ababeto ye nyina yeso. See them di kan si kan ye no. You forget about empire building at least for now. Na de I was say na de I was say a fata na de I was say ye edeboa ye himai ene ne busia ene ye mpaibo a ye mfama wo mo omunyina so no menim se nyina eka amembu ne ho anya nye kra de na oye the head of state of the United Kingdom and also the leader of the Commonwealth, which Ghana is still a member of the Commonwealth. And you know, I would say you appreciate some of the things that he also did for the Commonwealth as well as all of us. And you know, yada munyina mo asim. Nearby because yemfa national anthem no emfa impiato na afe no obika ye yemfa impiato na yemfa sorry so God bless the Queen. Oh, God save the Queen. That's a more. yes, you very never in a way, you be say shame be next week. Yami and show be also, be a nyekese, they do be a commerce biano, 1 year mano. Monsho Mohusi, peace.